Ross Olney here. A while back, people were either amused or outraged, or simply didn't care one way or the other, over the hissy fit being thrown by the Nixon sisters over the management of their late father's library. The girls just couldn't seem to agree with each other. Remember that? Meanwhile, those involved with the library are calling the little feud tragic. That's throwing around a pretty strong word loosely. Maybe unsettling or even upsetting. But tragic? I believe that closer to being really tragic was the proud announcement of a while back from Georgia that high school kids in a small town near Atlanta had decided to hold an integrated prom. No longer will there be a white prom and a black prom in this weird little city. The kids there magnanimously decided to invite everybody. We might ask where these kids and their parents have been for the past half century or so. How'd you like to live in a crummy little town like that? I do hope this doesn't get me in trouble with the South. The last time I complained about something like this, only a few years ago, at that time was the fact that the Confederate slave flag was being flown over the State House, the Capitol. The Atlanta Bee, their prominent newspaper back there, came down on me in a front page story saying that California radio and TV people should stay out of something they don't really understand. I hadn't mentioned that I do understand, that I lived in Florida and Mississippi for several years, and that I saw the segregation down there and the white and black drinking fountains and the white and black restrooms and the other stuff that carried over from a past that should have been long forgotten. But again, a while back a battle began that perhaps even the word tragic isn't strong enough. As far as I know, it's going on today, right now. The battle is between sides in the Monticello Association of Charlottesville, Virginia. Bear in mind, this is now 2013, and two groups have been unhappy with each other until very recently. Go ahead and chuckle if you want to, but this battle basically involved where you can be buried. It all results from an apparent affair that President Thomas Jefferson had with one of his slaves, a woman by the name of Sally Hemings. Jefferson, it is said, really liked Hemings, and when the two had children, he treated them unlike slaves, and ultimately, upon his death, but not before, he freed some of them, but apparently not Sally, who finally left the estate after Jefferson died. Their children had children, and the children had children, and so on, and all the way to today. Jefferson also had two legitimate children, and they had children, and you know the rest. So now, today, we have descendants of Jefferson and his wife's kids, and descendants of Jefferson and his mistress's kids, and they're fighting. They all want to be buried in the Monticello Association's graveyard, where Jefferson himself is buried. Oh no, say the white descendants. The black descendants should have a graveyard of their own. This is happening because only two of the estimated 1,200 descendants of Hemings have requested burial into Monticello Cemetery. Well, that's Virginia. I'll let you know how it all works out. Yes, in this day and age, and facing the problems that we are facing in the world, this could be labeled tragic, or at least tragically funny. When will we ever learn? Hey, thanks for watching.